Hello, my name is Luis Cornelio, and I am an accounting and finance major. I chose these majors because they are the essence of business. They are the reason a business is able to run smoothly and operate on a day-to-day basis. Accounting is also one of the fastest growing industries in the business world. This will lead to many job opportunities in the future for myself. Next slide. The person that I have chosen to interview is Mr. Raymond Burgess. He is a certified public accountant, and he has been in the accounting industry since 1987. He has also been teaching accounting at various universities for 15 years. He received his Bachelor's of Science in Accounting from Brigham University and his MBA from Utah State University. I chose Mr. Burgess because I too hope to be a CPA one day. And from being in his classrooms, I was very impressed how he taught his classes and made everything easy to understand and contributed everything to the real world and real life experiences. Next slide. One of the questions I asked Mr. Burgess is how he coped with the stress of keeping the books of major companies. His response is, take everything in small bites. He spoke about getting big projects that could be the difference between millions of dollars and gains or losses. The only way he can manage his pressure is by taking all the planning in small doses. What he meant by this is that everything is connected. So when you begin to fix one area, all the other areas will gain productivity and become easier to manage. The key is to take big long-term goals and break them up into short, achievable, short-term goals. Next slide. Another question that I asked him was, what is one of the biggest challenges that you have had to face in the accounting industry? His response to this was technology. He went on to describe how when he was in college, most of the accounting formulas and equations were memorized or done by hand. As time went on, new technology was made and improved the productivity of workers. The challenge was learning to adapt to these new ways. Competition is what drives business forward, and if you were not able to adapt, then you were fired. Another issue with technology that he had was that it complicated the accounting process. With the development of the internet and computers, new rules had to be made to ensure fair business practice was still in play. This meant learning new rules, new rule books, and being adaptable to changes thrown your way. Next slide. The most important advice that I learned from Mr. Raymond Burgess was to take long-term goals and break them up into small, short-term achievable goals. This is such an important lesson to learn because I like to tackle problems head-on and am frustrated when I cannot figure them out on the first try. It is important to take a step back, get an overview of the big picture, and then figure out short-term goals that you must achieve in order to achieve your main goal. This will also help with the time management because instead of focusing all your time on one particular area, you can focus on a bunch of smaller areas that will work together and help you perform and achieve your long-term goals. Next slide. Coming into college, I was declared undecided for my freshman year. I had two options in my mind, and that was to either go into the medical field or into the business field. I took both classes and did very well in chemistry and biology as well as in my math classes. I scored A's in all these areas and enjoyed them to a certain degree. Although I performed very well in these classes, I didn't feel as great of a motivation towards them as I did when I took my first business courses. It wasn't until I took my first accounting class that I was challenged with something that I had never seen before. Although I have always been a proficient student, taking business courses opened my eyes to how much I truly did not know about how the economic system works in this country. It is because of these reasons that I would not see myself pursuing any other career fields but accounting and finance. My next slide. My next steps to keep on track to becoming a CPA would be interning. I've already applied to various companies and have heard back from a couple. These are important to get because they offer real-life experience and hands-on training that no textbook or class will ever be able to teach you. After this year, I need to begin preparing for the CPA exam and continue to take the relevant courses that I will need in order to pass this exam. Once being certified, it will be important to keep in touch with all the companies that I will hopefully one day be interning in order to build a network and be able to hopefully one day achieve a career in CPA.